Now, traditionally, economists have said when you're growing fast, expect high inflation because you're reaching capacity utilization, the traditional way of thinking. But your book tends to show that low inflation is a sign of healthy growth. High inflation will eventually kill growth. And that's what the pattern has been across countries across the world.
Yeah.
And what's reassuring for India is that from a period up to around 3 years ago, we were on high inflation and it was worrying. And in the last 2-3 years, our inflation has come down to the emerging market average inflation rate. Thanks to Raghuram Rajan?
Yes, I mean, like partly that it finally India adopted some sort of inflation target, or like some sort of rules. I mean, like one thing I find about India is that we are very wary of following or adopting any rules, right? Even when you play golf on the at the golf course, everyone's trying to change the rules all the time.
We have rules and then we cheat.
Exactly. Or we try and change all. So very bad at following rules. So the fact that about 90% of the world's economy today is under some sort of an inflation targeting regime. So the fact that we have some sort of an inflation target is at last
which Raghuram Rajan brought in. He said, we're going to have a target.
We're going to have a target. Yes. It doesn't have to be very strict, but at least we have some target in place.
We were just sort of
because this is one of the biggest mistakes that the previous government made. That when inflation started to go up rapidly, the previous government said, hey, this is a sign of the fact that demand is strong, and this is natural for inflation to rise because demand is strong. That was a totally wrong argument, not grounded in economics. Because if you look at China, you look at the other miracle stories, they all had low inflation or much lower than the emerging market average during the boom period because investment was so strong. So when investment is very strong, the supply side is well taken care of and you don't feel those bottlenecks. Whereas in India, we have this myth that, if inflation is going up, it's a sign that demand is strong.
I hate to say it, being an economist, that economists have reinforced that myth as well.
That's right, and especially the previous government.
To see the actual data from successful countries that was high growth rate and low inflation was a sign of success.
Yeah, and China is the leading example of that.